Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishatis. It is time to focus, and today we're focusing on Major League Baseball. You saw the MLB free agent pool thing. That's what we're doing, but really it's going to be the hot stove, if you will, as we're going to talk a lot about. Again, the winter meetings are coming up next week in Dallas, so we wanted to catch up everyone on just everything that's kind of gone on, because again, baseball's not our top priority here at this time of the year. We got 4 sports going, so I want to update everyone and just got kind of the free agents, some free agents signed, but also Chicago teams as well. So let's get into it right now. We'll get into the MLB free agent pool in just a minute, but first some of the other stuff. The Marlins named their new manager. It's going to be Clayton McCullough, who was the first base coach for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I guess he resides in Florida. And I think that's what they need. I mean, it's always been a hot mess down there in Miami, so we shall see how that works as well. The Tampa Bay Rays, of course, Tropicana Field was hit by the hurricane. Was it Hurricane Milton? They're not going to be able to play in Tropicana Field next year. They will play their home games at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. So I was lucky enough to be able to get to Tropicana Field in 2023. On record, I'm not going to say here because I have a documentary coming up, but it is definitely in my top 5 of most enjoyable games to places to watch. I'm not going to lie. But I've also been to George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa to watch the Yankees. That's where the Yankees play in spring training, so should be interesting to see how they're going to do that, especially with all the rain. I think some games have already been mixed, so tough break for the Rays, and hopefully they get to go to the Trop. And still problems if they're even going to have a baseball stadium in in 2028. So a lot of interesting dynamics there. Then we have the Mets acquire Jose Siri from the Tampa Bay Rays, and then the Reds and Royals, Jonathan India for Grady Singer. There was also another guy involved in that for the Reds, but so I mean, two teams. The Royals are on the uptick. It just seems like the Reds always are so close to being a contending and a really good team, and all of a sudden they just fall out of it. So now the Reds Reds have the pitching, Reds have the hitting. It just don't all come together for them. But Reds and Royals with the trade. It was also awards week a few weeks ago. Rookie of the Year was Luis Gil and Paul Skeens. First time in a long time, if ever, it's been 2 pitchers winning the Rookie of the Year, and Paul Skeens is going to win a lot of awards in his career. Manager of the Year goes to Stephen Vogt of the Guardians, Pat Murphy of the Milwaukee Brewers. No one thought the Brewers were going to do what they did and just completely run over the National League Central. Cy Young was Tarek Skubal and Chris Sale. Chris Sale rejuvenating himself like everyone does when they leave the south side of Chicago. And 2 unanimous MVPs, Aaron Judge for the Yankees and Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. The Angels have just decided to go off and sign everyone. They signed Kyle Hendricks. They signed Travis d'Arnaud. They also signed, and we're going to get into that in a second, that's going to lead us into, and the Guardians signed Austin Hedges, but this will also get us into our free agent pool. 2 of them, we technically have 3. First, Cole. I had Garrett Cole going to the Yankees. He does re-sign with the Yankees, so I'm counting that as a 1 because it was on my list. I've already got 2 long. I had Yusei Kikuchi going to the Padres. He goes to the Angels. I thought he'd be a nice fit with Yu Darvish, but he goes to Anaheim, who's saying, you know what, we want to be a playoff contender. That's exactly what we want to do, and so that makes me at 1-1. And then Blake Snell, who signed in March last year to be a Giant, didn't pitch well, but was still pitched good. I had him going to the Cubs. He goes to the Dodgers, so I'm now 1-2 in my free agent pool of 20 players where I have guys selecting them. It's a show. You can see it on there if you want to check it. If you go on the on my playlist, and you can see who I have going where. So that is the update on there. Chicago. Let's talk about the Cubs trimming the fat. They DFA. I'm shocked by Aberdazole. He was their closer. He's going to be out all next year, but the Cubs need to figure out a closer spot. And wasting a spot on a guy that's out for all of next year, not good. Brennan Davis, he was a top prospect. He's gone. They just another one that's been fragile, a guy that everyone thought. I believe he got called up once or twice. Never really heard much of him, and he got DFA'd. And Patrick Wisdom. Wisdom was an Adam Dunn type, where he's like strikeout or home run. That was it, and you can't have that. And I mean, it seemed like he was great at the Cub convention. He was always fun with the kids-only press conference, but that's not what you're getting paid to do. You're getting paid to make big plays, get big hits, not only hit home runs. So they DFA those two. They non-tender Nick Madrigal and Mike Tauchman. Nick Madrigal was hurt. I liked him. He was a very good third baseman. He didn't strike out. He made contact. I like that. But they have Isaac Paredes, and then Mike Tauchman had the big walk-off hit. I thought he brought life to the team in 2023. Remember the game-winning robbing home run in St. Louis? So I'm actually shocked by those two. Cubs did acquire Matt Tice from the Angels, and they also acquired Eli Morgan from the Guardians. So the Cubs are making moves. Not much moves on the White Sox front, but I think right now you're going to see, and a lot of people are saying, oh, Cubs aren't going to make moves. If they're going to, it'll be trades. I heard a possible trade for Vladimir Guerrero, which could send, I know MLB Network are just throwing these out there, but possibly for Matt Bush, or not Matt Bush, Michael Bush? Yeah, Michael Bush. Sorry, baseball brain turned off. But we'll see what happens with the Cubs. And again, the winter meetings are next week. Juan Soto's going to find a home. I believe in 2 weeks again we're going to do another free agent pool and hot stove type of thing. So that's where. So I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if the open today was hot stove or the free agent pool. But it all goes into one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But MLB free agency, we'll continue to talk about it as it'll heat up. I think guys are realizing that they need to sign earlier, because it didn't help last year. So once Juan Soto signs, and they're saying before the winter meeting, he could be signed already, but when he signs, then the rest of them are going to continue to go. So we have 17 left in the free agent pool. We'll talk about that. Try to get onto it. If there's big news of a Chicago team, we'll fit it in as well. So we'll see what happens. But baseball is my number one sport, so I cover it probably and watch stuff on it the most. So we'll see what happens there and see what moves the North Side and South Siders make as well. So that'll do it for us. Don't forget to comment below. What moves do the Cubs and White Sox need to do for you guys to be happy? If you liked the video, hit that like button and hit subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel. 19 subscribers going into this week. Just someone hit the subscribe button to make me happy. I'm on 13, or I've been on 19 forever. Young, growing. I'd like to thank everyone as well. Through my first 50 episodes, 801 views. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. I put a lot of work into these shows, a lot of effort. It means a lot to me. For you people that tune in, so thank you very much. Tomorrow we're going to focus on the Bears game against the Niners, as we'll be back here. As again, I'm at the parents, this week, so that's why I'm not. The green screen will be back next week, where I look more. I'll be back in my studio, but love to spend time with the family as well. So everyone, have a great rest of your Thursday. We're back tomorrow to focus on the Bears. I'm Ryan Yadashadas from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.